Hello, everybody. I'm in South St. Louis. I'm with Natalie Dixon. She has a big problem, and she called me about it. And the problem is no heat. Any of you who've been outside today, you know it is miserable out there. This is a unit that's paid for by the, she says is paid for by the St. Louis City Housing Authority. Let's go back, look at some, we've done something. And here's basically how she and her son basically are staying warm is with space heaters here in this unit.
Yeah, about 4 kids. I got 3 of them.
4 kids? Okay, we're gonna go through here. Okay, let's go through here. And what we did was put a thermometer in here to check and see what the temperature actually is. And so the temperature here, guys, 55 degrees. That's what the temperature is downstairs here in this house. And also we have a thermometer upstairs as well. And the temperature in that one is also 55 degrees. So this is where she and her children are staying in this house. And obviously, you know, we've had some really cold days. What this reconnect? There we go. We got it back. What's your reaction to all of this?
My reaction is heartbreaking. It's humiliating for the people we putting our trust into. Now, Section 8, we supposed to be able to depend on them. And they supposed to be our backup to not let landlords get us like this. But in my case scenario, I was told, like, aren't you tired of paying deposits? I don't care long as me and my kids comfortable. And it's comfortable for us, anybody, to walk in here to be comfortable. Like, it's saddening. And it really messes with my day every day. Like, I can't go do nothing. It makes me emotional. As you can see, I get anxiety talking about it. I wake up every day thinking about it, try to make something work. So, like, I'm just trying, but it's tiring. It's hard. In the summertime, I have problems.
But right now, when it's cold, what's the hardest thing about this for you?
To stay warm, to even be able to get your kids up, because, you know, by the time they are under the covers and by the time they warm and they have to get up for school, you don't even be wanting to get them up because they look so warm at the time, but at the same time, they still cold. Because when they get up, it's tiring, it's sad, it's not right, and it just I'm everything above, like, everything above, tired, just, I can't,
What kind of, have you ever called the housing authority about this?
Yes, I have. I called them multiple times. When I first moved in here June 9th, when I first moved in here, the landlord was contacting me back and forth. Like being contacted, you know, we was contacting each other.
Right.
And then when she stopped answering, I made it be known to take it to my caseworker. But my caseworker didn't contact me back fast enough, so I spoke to the inspection people, the head inspection, and he said, "Hold on, let me send you."
What exactly is wrong? The furnace doesn't work, or what's wrong?
The furnace, my pipe busted yesterday when I cut off.
What about the furnace? Tell me about that.
The furnace. When I moved her, when the spiral came and looked, because the gas had, like, the water just stopped working. So she thinking I didn't change my gas bill into my name, which it was. The gas man came over here. They literally had to go in the back underground, dig up something. Then they went down to the pilot and told her that pilot was going to be.
Yeah.
Yep, she told me that exactly when I moved in, the day June 9th. That's when she told me that the furnace didn't work. Like, after she had to do some little patching up. But before that, when we met and stuff, she didn't tell me that the furnace didn't work. She told me she had minor stuff to fix. She was going to have it fixed by June 9th. June 9th came. I moved in when nothing supposed to be a problem. Little patching up problem.
Right.
She didn't tell me. She said that she was going to have the furnace stripped out.
But then that was the summertime. Yep. And so you didn't really think a whole lot about it.
Yeah. So,
okay.
But
what are your thoughts now? What's your feeling right now in this situation?
My feelings right now is overwhelmed because I tried to talk to her as not only as a human being, a human being, a normal person, and tried to like keep it professional and stuff. So when I knew that I couldn't get no good help out of her, I knew I had to take it to the housing authority for them to help me. Did that and got no help. Like literally. I called Gateway one day. I gave Gateway one call, told them about my furnace. And they told me they understood because, you know, I don't have because I was just third before I moved here this summer. I was at Gateway 180 shelter.
Right.
And then I moved in here. Like literally, she even came up. She owned a couple of properties, car properties. I'm assuming it's
So
her
you
in
told the
apartment.
housing authority, and they haven't been able to get her to fix it either. The landlord.
Nothing.
So what do you do?
As a mother, a human being, I try to.
How many kids do you have?
I have 4 kids.
Okay.
3 school-wise and a 2-year-old.
So you and your kids were staying here. And dealing with the cold.
Yep. We had my Places for People lady, the one who brought me the heaters. She want to bring me more, and like people want to bring me more heaters, but it messed with the electrical. So if I plug up the heaters and plug up a TV, half of the house gonna shut down. Certain of the house is gonna shut down if I plug a heat up in certain places.
And then you worry about electrical fire.
That's what I'm really worried about is the electrical fire that I have these heaters, because that's very known in the wintertime.
Right.
At these times with trying to hook up heaters.
This is tough on you and your kids, isn't it?
It's very tough. It's very tough. Like I literally, I can't do nothing. Who wanna go out and do something? Even like literally even work or do something when they trying to get their house together. I've been trying to get this house together since I moved in here. Now it's to the point where I have no control. I'm not a furnace. I can't stand right there and warm everybody up.
What made you decide to contact me?
I contact you because I didn't see you. I seen you help a lot of people, and I see most people don't speak out unless someone has to be above my shoulder and help me speak out. Which that somebody's supposed to be the housing authority above my shoulder, help me speaking out to her. I contact you because I don't have no help. Literally, I got no contact back from nobody till this day. No contact back from nobody. Sooner or later, somebody gonna be walking around with pneumonia in her or be sick. And you tell my nose running, sun coughing. Stay with a hoodie on, stay with a hat on, stay with everything on. Like you can't, like it's not a normal house. It feel like I'm just in a vacant building that I'm trying to, I'm just squatting or something.
Well, we are going to get in contact with the housing authority and see if we can get you some action in this situation. All right?
Okay.
Because I know it's been hard for you. What's the hardest thing about all this?
The hardest about all this, so not only does the furnace doesn't work, I'm gonna keep it real with you. Not only does the furnace doesn't work, when I found that the furnace, when I knew that furnace didn't work, when you finally decided, when we finally met, what I tried to do, cut on the kitchen light. Kitchen light don't cut on. I had to go in the basement, hit the fuse. Nothing still come on. The kitchen light and automatically went out and everything. I'm only 4'11". I don't have a ladder or nothing, but I still try to do stuff as I can. But I don't even know where that came from. I don't know if that was the electrical fire blew it out or nothing, because it wasn't blown out before we had came in here. It was working. So upstairs, like my kids, they want to sleep in their own room and want to be in their own room, but it's so cold. So everybody is packing in my bed to try to keep
your
each
bed
other
is
warm.
where?
Right here downstairs.
Okay.
And they have their own rooms. All 3 of my kids have their own room upstairs, but it's literally outside temperature in here.
And let me go. I'm going to look one more time. And this is her bed. Like I said, this is where everybody packs in, her and all of her kids.
Oh, and upstairs.
This is what I want to show you before. I'm having some technical issues, but you can see the temperature. 50, can you see it? Yeah, can you see that? Let's see if
And
I
so
put
you
it
know
down.
we just had the snow, Mr. Davis.
Yeah,
We just had the snow.
55 degrees in here. 55 degrees. So you can imagine what that's like. And what'd you say about the snow?
You know, we just had the snow. So apparently it's a hole in the ceiling. And I just found out today my son has a big old paint is hanging like it's filled with water. Like it's a hole in the ceiling and that it
Let's go see.
It melts.
Show me what you're talking about here. Okay, we're gonna go take. Okay, we're gonna go take a look here.
Stop the arm, yeah, and let the heat try to stick.
I'm sorry. So you say you put all this up so you can try to block the cold from coming in your house.
As you can see, this blowing back and forth, all earth coming.
Right. So we're gonna, and I can feel the draft actually coming in here.
Yeah.
I can feel that draft coming through the door there. Okay, we're gonna go up and we hope we can keep the signal here.
It should stay.
A little bit. Okay. And where's that thermostat up here?
Right there on the
Okay. And you can see this is upstairs. And you can see once again, thermostat upstairs reading 55 degrees. And show me what it's about. 55 degrees. And you just imagine coming into a house.
This heat was here yesterday. It's not a lick of warm air here. Look.
And where? Oh yeah. Yeah. This bulge here, we're trying to.
It's two of them. It's
yeah.
The big one and it's a small one.
So is this leaking water?
I don't know if it happened. I just found it today. Because you know they haven't been in their rooms because it's cold.
Yeah, you can see that this bulge and it looks like it's about to burst. And the ceiling is in danger of collapsing. That's what it looks like. And that certainly is a danger that she is facing, that this ceiling could collapse at any time. But obviously water is coming in from somewhere.
Yeah, it comes from the roof. It's a hole. It got to be a hole in the roof.
Well, we are going to stay on top of this. How you doing, my man? We're going to stay on top of this as she tries to navigate this with her kids. I'm going to be in contact with the housing authority about this situation, and we're going to try to get some action here for her. 55 degrees is what the temperature is. Hopefully you can see that. Hopefully you can see that, but the temperature is 55 degrees in here, and obviously none of you would like being in a house where the temperature's like this. We are going to stay on top of this. Our first stop, of course, is the housing authority. And why? Why she was allowed to move into an apartment where the furnace didn't work, where the furnace wasn't working, and why the housing authority hasn't gotten the landlord to fix this so that her and her kids wouldn't have to put up with this. I, of course, am going to stay on top of this situation. It's a terrible situation, especially as cold as it is. Just today, it is freezing out here. Just today, and we've had some days that were even colder than this. So this is not.
Yeah, I had days when the temperature first dropped in October. That was the first draft. That's when my Places for People gave me the heaters and tried to stop it. And then when
what was the temperature like in here then?
It was like this.
Was it in the 50s or lower?
It was in the 50s. To be honest, I think it's lower than the 50s. What the thermometer say, because when you touch stuff, it's cold. Like stuff. If I touch you now, my hands are cold. Right. Like it's literally.
So it might have. When the temperature was really, really cold. It probably was a lot colder in here.
Yep. It gets outside. It feel like outside temperature in here.
And obviously, that's not good for your kids either.
Nope.
Okay.
As you can see, he got a cough, and I've been in and out the hospital since I've been here. Honestly, about his respiratory. Mm-hmm. And at first, it was the it was the heat, the humidity, as you can see. At first, it was that stuff messing with his immune system, and so that's when she said,
What is that?
I think it started coming off when it was real hot out, and that's when my caseworker was like, we're gonna give him 30 days to try to. All summer hit, it came off. Once the heat got the heat, it came off.
Well, we are going to be on top of this. We are going to start making calls. Like I said, those calls start with the housing authority that has her in this situation. And once again, here you can see this. I think you can see it better now. 55 degrees. That's what it says. That's what she's dealing with, her and her kids in this home. The temperature upstairs, same as the temperature downstairs, both reading, and I put these two thermometers in yesterday to measure what the temperature was, and the temperature in both places is reading 55 degrees. And obviously, no one would want to be in a house where that's the temperature. And then back in October, early on, when those really super cold days down in the 20s and everything, it was probably in the 40s in here. It was probably a lot lower than it is now. It's cold today, and it's about 30 something outside now, but it's reading just 55 degrees in this house, and this is what she and her children are having to deal with. I, of course, am going to stay on top of this situation. We're going to try to get some answers for her. Like she said, she's been trying to get action from the landlord with no results. She has been trying to get the housing authority, she says, to get something done about this with no results. So I'm going to try to get some action because it doesn't make sense for her and her 3 kids to be in a situation like this. She actually had to go to a shelter for part of the time because it was just so freezing in here in this house because it was just so bad for her and her kids. And this is the temperature. You're able to see it a lot better now than the first when I held it the first time. But this is what the temperature is in here right now. I put these thermometers up myself, and it is 55 degrees in here. This is tough. It's tough for adults, so you know that it's really, really hard for children. She has 4 children, so you know it's really hard for children if this is hard for adults to deal with temperatures like this. I ran into a lot of these situations while I worked for Fox 2 News, people in these situations, and they could not get the landlord to fix the problem. Furnace doesn't work, and so they could not, the tenant couldn't get the landlord to fix it, and the housing authority would try to get the landlord to do stuff. They couldn't get the landlord going. And then many times the housing authority, because they have trouble getting landlords to rent to Section 8, they'll kind of give the landlord some leeway, right? Because they have trouble finding landlords to accept Section 8. And so they give the landlord some leeway. And so the landlords often will take their time to do something. And often it's a long time before something gets done. And in a case like this, you have this family of 4, a mom and her 4 kids trying to deal in the situation. This, you're looking at the temperature in this room. This is her kids' room right here. This is where they are supposed to sleep, but because it's so cold, she says they all would crowd in her bed with some space heaters to try to stay warm. And then in the kitchen, she turned on the gas stove as another way to stay warm. And this is all the things that the fire department said, hey, don't do this, don't do that, because it's dangerous and it can cause a fire with the space heaters and turning on the kitchen stove and everything. But then you run smack into the situation where families trying to survive the winter, trying to just stay warm for them and their kids. So I, of course, am going to stay on top of this. I'm, of course, going to be talking to the Housing Authority to see what action we can get very quickly for this family.